Most people see content creation, YouTube, or Twitch streaming as a dream job where you make a lot of money for very little work. And while that's the case for a lot of people, for others it isn't as easy. The Twitch streamer Rora Pickles tweets out her experience with live streaming when she says, "I have worked all kinds of jobs. I've owned businesses, and streaming is harder. Just because streaming was easier than your 9 to 5 doesn't mean my version of streaming is. If you put as much effort into your content as you did into complaining, we wouldn't be having this discussion. My main point is it's different for everyone. There's so many variables that these bad takes don't account for. Be wary of those who are critical of others, but do not look within." Tommy C quote tweets her and says, "Oh god, shut up. It's fucking easy. The best job in the world. What's your version of streaming? That cancer cure coming along okay? Give me a break. You have a meaningless job, and you are trying to give it meaning by lecturing everyone how hard it is. It isn't." Rora responds to Tommy and several other people by saying, "In my statement, I was saying hard work is subjective, and my version of streaming may be different than someone else's. This is the kind of stuff I'm getting in return. Even people mocking my mental health. Abhorrent behavior." She then shows Tommy's tweet, and several others responding to both him and her. This one from Nikki Red says, "Playing games on stream is hard work, Tommy. How dare you? Just listen to the super hard day at work she had yesterday." Alfred says, "The only reason she finds streaming hard is because of her mental health advice streams, where she gets emotionally carried away and needs to take a break from social media every 3 months." The Manga Matrix says, "I've done 12-hour shifts that require more hard work and fucking skill than streaming online, dumb bitch." Rora continues tweeting about this when she says, "I feel I worded my original tweet thoughtfully. I made sure to say my version of streaming and not to blanket. Now I'm being quote tweeted by people diminishing my hard work and mocking my mental health struggles. Hard work is subjective for everyone. It's not a competition. Same energy as people who try to one-up trauma. You think that's bad? Well, try blank. Every experience is different. Our preferences are different. I owned a business and did long days with physical labor, and I think streaming is harder. It may be different for someone else." Biscuit Basher quote tweets her and says, "Stop trying to act like what you do is hard. You sit in an air-conditioned room on your computer all day. Making it is great and all, and takes plenty of dedication and some luck, but hard is not what it is. Just feel lucky you don't have to work a 9 to 5. You wouldn't survive." Rora responds, "This makes zero sense because I've worked many 9 to 5s. I used to own a manual labor business too. I'm speaking about how it's subjective, and to me, I find streaming harder than other jobs I've done. Everyone is taking it out of context, including you." Emery then responds, "Girl, don't listen to his ass. I was literally in the military and full-time content creation is more exhausting some days. Your hard work is valid." Biscuit Basher quote tweets her and says, "Content creation is more exhausting than being in the military. Tommy C, would you care to weigh in?" The reason he added Tommy C here is because he is a military vet. But before we get to his response, Emery responds to Biscuit Basher by saying, "I said some days. The stress can be more than garrison life easy. Military is a guaranteed paycheck. It's almost impossible to get fired. Content creation, your entire livelihood depends on how hard you hustle every day. No more slacking in the motor pool, my guy." Tommy C responds to Biscuit Basher by saying, "What? Oh, that's a woman. Carry on." Emery responds, "Huh? Oh, it's an incel. Never mind." Tommy C responds, "This incel lifted the shit you were supposed to be able to lift, each and every detail. I was there. You girls were always told to step aside. We got it. And 90% had no problem with that, let it happen. And you know I'm telling the truth. Right, Battle?" "Yeah." Emery responds, "Nope, never had that experience. Some of the scrawny little boys I deployed with had biceps the size of my wrists, and it was quite the opposite." Tommy responds, "DD214 time no? Female in military that say streaming is harder than service. All the real female heroes I met in the army would never say anything that stupid. Only big-mouth sick call rangers trying to get out of everything via their vagina would." Emery responds, "You really can't read. I said sometimes. You have no worries about the security of your livelihood in the military. Healthcare, paid vacations, education. You just had to show up. Not so easy in the real world, my guy. If you don't bust your ass, you don't get shit." Tommy C then responds, "I streamed for a living and I deployed, and no longer believe you served. This convo is over," showing a picture of someone with stolen valor. Emery then responds by saying K and showing an image of her military uniform, resulting in one of the most insane ratios I've ever seen in a Twitter thread. And obviously, since that reply was quote tweeted so many times, it led to a lot of tweets reacting to this ratio. The first one is from Rora, who says, "Thank you for speaking up about this and sharing this so you could help validate my experience. I really appreciate this." G. Kuritz responds to Emery by saying, "I left this one on another tweet about this, but I'm leaving it here too. The reason why it seemed like they turned tail and dropped it might not be apparent to most at first glance. but here's why. He then shows an image saying what all the badges on Emery's military uniform mean. The badge at the top means she's been in combat, the badges in the middle means that she had exemplary conduct and was deployed overseas and did so with merit. The badge in the bottom left means she was a parachutist, and the badge in the bottom right means that she was an expert markswoman with a rifle. G. Kurtz continues by saying, i.e. all the things they were running their mouth about are shot down by Emery's accolades, right there. John D. Barker responds to Emery by saying, hi, first time commenter, not all up to scratch on military attire. Do all those badges mean you were a higher positioned individual than the person you were responding to? It seems that way, and that's awesome. Emery responds, hi, not necessarily since he didn't post his, lol, but it does give a visual representation of my service history, since he was doubting that. Leslie Carhart says, I love how you've encapsulated the experiences of every woman vet on Twitter in one perfect disaster of a thread, Emery. Mikey Perk says, clearly this guy hates women, most likely rejected his whole life, and now feels some level of power sitting behind a keyboard. Big balls behind a keyboard doesn't make up for shortcomings. Dr. Lupo says, incredible. Slap says, the man is no longer with us. Holy shit. Quick Draw says, anyone with an ounce of self-respect or self-awareness would have deleted their entire social media presence after getting owned this hard. Of course, if he had those, he wouldn't be here in the first place. Gina Darling says, not a fucking peep from Tommy, laughing my ass off. Matthew says, this is one of the loudest slam dunks I've ever seen. Brian Kurban says, someone go clean up Tommy. Dead body on aisle 5. Third Artifact says, this has become my all-time favorite ratio. Emery responds, laughing my fucking ass off, I fucking love you. Brick by Brick responds to Emery by saying, where has he gone? Motherfucker went quiet. Why has he stopped talking? Lol. Emery responds, either he's going to make a shitty YouTube video about me, or he's going to block and backpedal. I'll start taking bets on which one now. Kay responds, what if he goes full conspiracy and accuses you of stolen valor? Emery responds, don't worry, I'll tweet the video when it's up. Oh wait, we could have a Discord watch party. Snuggy Bun responds to Emery by saying, he really thought he was doing something there, didn't he? Emery responds, he tried. That's okay. When he bitches about me on his weird podcast, I'll make sure to tweet the clip for you guys. Save some popcorn. Ricky Berwick responds to Emery by saying this.
Come live with me, queen. I'll treat you with respect.
Emery responds, laughing my fucking ass off, Ricky, oh my god. Ricky then responds with this Twitter video.
Oh my gosh, he noticed me. Thank you for your service.
Emery replies, I'm fucking crying. You're welcome for my cervix. Michael Alberto quote tweets Emery and says, y'all seriously let this girl ratio Tommy C this badly when she was trying to say streaming is harder than serving in the military? Emery responds, not at all what I said, to which Michael responds, sorry to be semantically inaccurate, as I was watching Augie and that's how it came off. I've been working on an hour-long video since March, and I've done mentally draining vids before. Still think it's easier than getting ripped and learning how to kill and then kill people. Emery responds, the difference is I create on 6 platforms, run several businesses, and have a staff of over 20 people that I manage. The stress level is insane compared to the military, and if I slow down, I lose income. The military was guaranteed. Punish Snake responds to Emery by saying, laughing my ass off, the average 20-year-old male would blow you out of the way in physical competition. Females are delusional. Emery quote tweets him and says, let's see it then, showing a picture of how fit she is, and this ended up also getting a very extreme ratio. After all of this, Tommy C decided to respond to Emery in his live stream titled, Tommy C Take a Big Twitter L. Here is what he said.
So I respond with, and I'm forever going to be this stolen valor woman. I picked a stolen valor case that I was familiar with. I muted her after this because I thought absolutely full shit. I fucking muted her. And then I start seeing the replies to it, like a couple hours later, and I'm like, oh, she went into Discord and got the whole train rolling or whatever. What bullshit. No. And she drops this in a quote tweet. Nah, homie.
Oh my god! Tommy.
It's fucking G.I. Jane, Tommy.
Tommy!
Now,
oh no!
I know, because I've been in long enough. I know all you fucking hardcore, hardcore infantry. Well, I did have a marksman badge, so I didn't know. I know I did have an expert. I did have expert.
Well, you
it's
didn't
literally
have
the
mark
only
on
thing I got over her, and it was I didn't shoot expert every time. She's beyond squared away. And the only thing you should be saying to her, because the only thing she deserves is respect, is thank you for your service. And I mean that. That's not kind of thing. But I stand by this. And I don't care if I get ratioed. I don't care if I get thrown out of Twitter. I don't care if
to be fair, I don't think you get ratioed any worse. So.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if I get thrown out of Twitter. I don't care if I lose my account. I don't care if I lose my career. I don't give a shit. I still think this is disrespectful, and I think it's worse that she served. All right, girl, don't listen to this. I was literally in the military full time. Content creation is more exhausting some days. I'm sorry, you're giving them too much. And I know you're trying to help out your friend. I know there's context to this. But this is the headline. And if you are doing this, I don't fucking appreciate it, because I think it disrespects you. I think it disrespects the injured. I think it disrespects the PTSD, and it disrespects the dead. And I don't care if you're in the military or not. I don't care if you're a pogue or not. I think it's fucked. All right. Having said that, I get it. She's trying to make her friend feel better because I smoked her, right? And you know what? I got mine.
Emery reacted to Tommy's stream by saying, "If you guys want to watch the YouTube video I predicted would happen, I have to give it to Tommy though. He took the roasting and was cool about the whole thing. Don't send hate, y'all. I can take the bit of criticism that's there, and he's gotten ratioed enough." She also responds to the situation on her Twitch stream. Here is what she says.
Okay, so that whole Twitter drama or whatever, the dude made like an 1.5-hour video about me out of it, and honestly, homie took the L with a little bit of like balls. I was like, okay, I respect that. You're kind of still, I don't like you, but I respect that. And honestly, I was like clicking on the video expecting it to be an hour just ragging on me and I was gonna get pissed. Within 10 minutes, I was laughing so fucking hard. I was just like, this is actually kind of good.
He did deserve it.
I'm like, that's actually kind of funny, my guy. The fact that his homies were all laughing at him and kind of roasting him made my day. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then turns out it's fucking G.I. Jane. I was like, shoulda checked the profile, my guy. Oh, yo, Matt! That made me laugh so fucking hard. So I'm not gonna lie, I saw the notification for that video or stream because I'm not a YouTube person, so I don't know. And I was like, this is about to be a shit show. Like, this is about to be so bad. Like, I'm gonna fight somebody. And then within 5 minutes, I was laughing so fucking hard. I'm like, okay, this is hilarious, my guy. Like, I wanted to clip it. I was like, yeah, that just, she's fucking G.I. Jane. Anyway, yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was hilarious. 10 out of 10.
And then finally, to end all of this off, Tommy C tweets out, "I finally showed my wife the whole Emery situation. Her comments were as follows: she's pretty and you're stupid. In fairness to me, I've had to hand her more L's over the years than I'll ever have to hand Emery. Lol." And that's about it for the situation. If you enjoyed following this Twitter beef, be sure to like the video to let me know and subscribe with notifications on to see more content like this. Thank you so much to my channel members for supporting the channel, in particular Scrubby, who's donated $100 a month. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.